Um, Problem 7, it gives us z of t, and uh, problem A, we need to find out the expectation of z of t. So the expectation of z of t, and we can write it in this form, which is n1t times cosine omega t plus theta plus n2t times sine theta t plus sine omega t plus theta. And because this part and this part are independent, so we can separate this into two parts, which is these two, and because n and the cosine are also independent, so we can separate it again in this form. And for the first expectation, which is eta n1, and for the second expectation, we use the integral from 0 to 2 pi. And for this one, we need to use the expectation is eta 2, and for this sine part, we need to use the integral of from 0 to 2 pi. And we can see that this integral is 0, and this integral is also 0. So the final result would be 0. And for problem B, we need to find out the RZ of T1 and T2, and the check is ZT's WSSS. So first we need to calculate RZ of T1 and T2, which is equals to the expectation of ZT1 times ZT2, and we can expand this expectation into this form, and we can further expand this equation, like this part times this part, and this part times this part times this part, this part times this part, and this part times this part, this part times this part. And in such a way, we can get 4 parts, 4 results, and we plus them together. And for the first equation, we can get the expectation is Rn1 of tau times E cosine of omega t1 plus theta times cosine omega t2 plus theta. And the second part, which is eta 1 times eta 2, and the expectation of this form. And for the third part, it's eta 1 times eta 2 times the expectation. And for the fourth part, it is the Rn2 of tau times the rest expectation. And for this 4 expectation, we can also use the integral to calculate it, which is this form. It is also 4 parts, and we can see that when we finish calculating this equation, we can get the result is 1 over 2 times Rn1 of tau plus Rn2 of tau times cosine omega tau, which is Rz of tau. And we can also conclude that dt is WSSS. And for problem C, it tells us to um, find the RZ of 0. And so we take 0 into this equation, and we can get the result is 1 over 2 times the expectation of n1 squared of tau plus the expectation of n2 squared of tau.